Hello! So today I am 3 weeks and 2 days post-op from a mommy makeover, which included a tummy tuck, liposuction, breast lift, breast augmentation, and fat transfer to my breast and for shaping in my booty. So today I am going to talk to you guys about garments, compression garments. And so there probably won't be a ton of information for people who aren't interested in this procedure or haven't recently had it. But by all means, you know that I'm ridiculous and I talk about all sorts of crazy stuff. So listen to it if you want. But this is, I think, going to be one of the most important videos. Like, this is my PSA at the moment because well, we'll get to why it's my PSA, but I made a couple of videos yesterday, but I had a really hard time getting them posted. I think my internet is mega slow, and so I looked today to see if I could upgrade it, and I cannot with my current internet provider. So I may have to switch internet providers, which is fine because I'm about to lose the deal that I had anyway, because it's been over a year now since I purchased this house that I'm in. So I'll figure that out, but it's taking forever to upload videos. I did figure out I can edit videos from my cell phone. Why did I not figure that out days ago? I don't know. I'm new to this. I'm learning. I'll get there. I think I found the laptop I want. It's an Acer Nitro. So I know some of you guys have been helping me try to work out the laptop that I'm going to get. It's kind of heavy, so it sort of defeats, like, I wanted a lighter weight laptop for school, but it's got super good reviews. It's actually a gaming laptop, which I don't need, but I'm into speed and I have ADD and I do all the things. I'm like into speed, like internet, like technology speed, not like the drugs, just for the record. And so I like those aspects of it. Like, it's easily upgradable. I can put some more RAM into it. I can put a different hard drive in it. It does have an SSD and a regular SATA drive. So it's got like a terabyte of memory, etc., etc. And then I can always hook it up to an external monitor if I get crazy into YouTubing and decide that I need to have like perfectionism in my videos. But you can see I'm not to that point right now, especially if you watched the last two videos. If you did not watch the video where I talked about shower victories and I did a clothing try on, I highly recommend you go watch that video. Something hysterical happened, starting about 6 minutes and 45 seconds. It was hilarious. Like, I had a moment and then I showed it to my daughter and she like about lost her mind when she saw what happened. So it's pretty darn funny. Like, if you don't think it's funny, then I don't know what to tell you about life. But so I'm anxiously awaiting the time where I'm not filming like in my bedroom that has no paint on the walls and the trim is still the color. It's, literally tobacco brown. There are wooden blinds in the corner that need to be mounted in my bedroom. Currently, I have really ugly plantation shutters that need to be replaced. So there's bathroom hardware. My bathroom is from 1960 and half taken apart at the moment. So lots of improvements to be made, and one of those things where I'm self-conscious about it, but like, it is what it is, and I can't wait for perfection to happen to get started with the things and the messages that I want to put out. So it is what it is, right? But one day soon, hopefully, like after I'm all healed up, I will be able to clean out the back bedrooms, which are currently being used for storage, and I can set up like a little filming area, and that'll be awesome. And you'll get to see the 1980s updates that were done in those bedrooms. So those will be the last things that I update in this house. Let's see. Yesterday after I tried on those clothes, like if you watch that video, at the end of the video, I like rushed it and stopped trying on clothes because I was in rough shape. Like, I was able to shave my legs in the shower yesterday and shower without a shower bench, but my abdominal muscles were very, very tired. And then I made that clothing try on video and I was like beat by the end of that. So, and then today, I like stripped my bed, I did some laundry. And so, and then once again, it's like, oh God, I'm tired. I did an order pickup from Target and from Walmart. And so, that was ready today. So my daughter and I went to some Pokestops and did a little Pokemon playing, Pokemon Go. And then, we went to Target and Walmart, plus we're getting hit with tropical depression. And so like today again, I'm like, I'm tired. I didn't bring in any of the groceries. My daughter did because I'm stupid, and I hopped out of the car at Target. I have a button that I pull to open my tailgate, but it's not working for some reason. And so I hopped out and I opened it, and then I pulled it, and it hurt like the tops of my breast pretty badly. So I was like, well, that was stupid, and that's what I get for being stupid. So I switched cars. I have two different cars. One is technically for my daughter who's driving age. So I drove the nicer car today. Oh my God, it was so much easier to drive that car. Like it did not have nearly the same amount of pain in my chest. It didn't hurt my incision. And so that was cool. But, so it was good. I'm still super tender from the liposuction. Obviously I'm still swollen. I still have some bruising. So not much has changed there. I'm surprised at how sore my breasts still are though. Like the tops of them, even before I decided to pull on a tailgate, which is power assisted, but still like the tops of my breasts are just so unbelievably tender. And my areolas are sore. I think I talked about that before. Like if I touch them, it's like, it's not just like a sore, it's almost like a painful sore feeling, which they were cut off and reattached. So maybe that's not all that surprising. I don't know. So I'm going to talk about compression garments today. We're going to get to that. So now that we're 6.5 minutes in, so we got to do the housekeeping first though. That's what I call like that initial stuff is the housekeeping. So the reason I want to talk about compression garments is because they are so important to recovery. And I have watched I've watched a ton of YouTube videos on tummy tuck recoveries. And I watched one the other day that like concerned me and like ate me to my soul, because this girl's on there going, oh, I'm going to make videos to educate you. And then like the next breath, she's talking about how she doesn't wear her compression garment, how her plastic surgeon told her to wear it, but she doesn't wear it because it's uncomfortable. She doesn't wear it to bed. She doesn't wear it when she leaves the house. She wears it for a couple hours a day, and then like she advises people, don't wear your compression garment because it's uncomfortable and you won't be able to do anything. And she's like, you know, if you have to, wear it for a couple hours and sit on the couch. Okay, I know, normal, maybe not normal, smart, intelligent people who are skeptical are going to listen to a surgeon who is educated. Like my plastic surgeon did, I think it was 14 years of education before he started actually like being on his own practicing. 14 years. That is so much time learning, right? This girl on YouTube had a tummy tuck, is not healed, and is giving people advice. And for whatever reason, our society listens to YouTubers over medical surgeons. I don't understand it. I don't know. So if that's the case, if you listen to YouTubers, listen to this one over the one who tells you don't wear your freaking garment, okay? So I just was horrified that she's like, if you have to, wear it for a couple hours and just sit on the couch and deal with it. Because she says she can't do anything in her garment. Okay. My instruction from my plastic surgeon was to wear my compression garment 24/7. Okay. So I had to shower in my compression garment. Like I was not allowed to take it off for that first week for any reason whatsoever. And so I had 2 drains that were inside of my belly to collect the excess fluid. Those drains were pinned to my garment. And again, follow your plastic surgeon's instructions. But I was allowed to shower after, it was 24 hours. I went and I saw my plastic surgeon. It was on a Saturday. And he told me I could begin showering like the next day. And that I could shower with my drains in, no big deal. And so, and the compression garments are quick dry. But the thing is that they're quick dry, but they're also smashed onto your body. And so, my very dear friend who came and took care of me blow dried me. Like we put my blow dryer on a cool setting. I have a diffuser on it. I think I showed it to you guys at some point because I have curly hair, and she blow dried me for, I don't know, half an hour. Like how do you even get friends like that? Right? Like, man, she's amazing. But, it was uncomfortable to be wet in my garment, but like, man, it felt nice to be able to shower and rinse all that crap off myself too. So, after on my 6th day post-op, I got my drains taken out. And then I was told I could take off my garment to take a shower. And I was like, cool. Well, that first shower, I was scared to take off my garment because it was so difficult for them to get me back into it. And they had given me a backup garment, but and supposedly it was going to be easier because it zipped. But I was like, oh man, what if I can't get this off? Because I was in the office and literally my plastic surgeon's pulling on one side and his office manager's pulling the other, and I'm trying to bounce into it and get this thing up over my swollen, bloated body. And I'm and I asked him, I was like, so are you guys gonna come over to my house after I take a shower and squishing me back into this thing? And he's like, haha, yeah, right? Good luck. So my first shower after I got my drains out, I just showered with it on. And then I was wet for a lot of hours and kind of miserable. And I was like, all right, I'm going to figure this out. I got to be a big girl and figure out how to get into the garment. And I did, right? It's not the most pleasant thing, but I figured out ways. Basically, I pull the whole thing up and get it to just above my incision and then fold it back down, and then put on scar gel and bring it back up. So I'm going to show you the garments, and then we'll talk some more about the importance of wearing compression garments. At the moment, I have on the surgical bra that I came home from the hospital in, and it looks like I have gigantically hard nipples, but I don't. My areolas are taped, so what you actually see are my areolas, and part of them, because part of them are taped. So this is the one that I showed you. Here was my right drain. It came out of this hole, and this is all the staining from all the blood and whatnot. And then this was my left drain that he had to cut my garment to try to get that drain out, and it wouldn't come out. And so then they ended up pulling my garment down. But let's see. I don't know if you can still see all the staining on the backside from all that tumescent fluid and blood that came out of my body. So this one, it pulls up, and I know I did another video where I showed you guys these, so I'm just doing one that's specifically for garments though. So this one just pulls up all the way. I should have swapped my bra to under. This has got detachable straps, but the thing is they only detach here. They don't detach in the back, so I don't quite understand the point of them. But they are, it's reinforced in the booty. It's for shaping if you had fat transfer, which I did. It's open crotch, as we may have witnessed in my clothing try-on video. So it starts about right here, which is just above where all of my openings start, right? Where my labia are. And then it goes to right here where it's open. So that's the top of my butt crack. And so when you have to go to the bathroom, if you're not wearing underwear, you just sit down and nothing gets on your garment, right? So I happen to have a bidet. So bidet rinses me, I turn on the fan, it dries everything, and I'm good to go. For me, that works out fantastically. It worked out fantastically when I was not feeling great. I'm glad that it was open crotch, but I've had problems with it smashing my labia, squishing my labia, along the sides of my labia, but not all of my labia, part of it. Very uncomfortable. It's gotten where it has smashed my clitoris, where that hard seam, it's not a hard seam, but it's a reinforced seam. That reinforced seam kept smashing my clit, and I'm down there yanking on this garment, trying to get it off because it was very uncomfortable to have that much constant pressure put on my clit. And then with my labia, I literally I ended up emailing the provider's office, my surgeon's office, and I was like, look, this is a weird issue, I know, but it's distorting the way that my labia look. And so they looked real funny for a while, especially when my garment was really tight. And she said, I know, everyone says that. And so she said, people call her with all sorts of crazy stuff, thinking their vaginas are falling out, basically. But really all I was doing was just mashing, if you wear tight clothing, what happens? It compresses things. So it was compressing my labia. But now that my garment is looser, it's not doing that anymore. So yay! Thank goodness, because it was really uncomfortable for a while. But the whole garment, it was uncomfortable, right? And let me show you the second garment, and we'll talk about that. So this was the one that I got 6 days post-op. And y'all have seen me put this one on, that it's got this zip front on it with the hook and eyes. Whoop, if I could do this here. There we go. And these are both by a company called Design Veronique. And mine's an extra large. Like you saw yesterday when I was doing the try-on video, my pants are all size 6, extra large. And this sucker was so tight. So at one point when I first started wearing the zip up one, it's got these 2 reinforced seams right here, right where on either side of the zipper. Oh my God, those would push into my body right here and they hurt so bad. Like it just felt like somebody was just like jamming sticks into me basically, like ugh. And then the other place that hurt super bad was like over my hip bones, even though my hip bones are not visible because right now they're covered in swelling. It was very painful over my hip bones. I think for the first 2 weeks, and one of my other videos I told you guys the liposuction peaks at 10 to 14 days post-op. So this is not surprising, but for the first 2 weeks these garments were pretty darn tight. Some evenings they were like unbearably tight that it was like, oh God, I wanted to take them off. It's true. Like they're not the most comfortable thing in the world. But here's what's weird is when I would take them off to take a shower after I was allowed to do that, it would have like immediate swelling feeling, right? Like my skin would feel super tight. It would feel like I still had the garment on. It was very uncomfortable because of how tight my skin would feel. And that was like without any additional compression. And then the other thing is that after a while, like right now it puts a lot of pressure on my lower back. And so it keeps like the swelling to a minimum in my lower back. Well, when I have the garment off for a little while, like, half an hour or whatever, take a shower, dry off, all that stuff, I start like bending forward because my lower back starts aching so much and swelling that I start like hunching over. So it's providing support for, your lower back, your muscles, and it's for swelling, right? And scientific studies have shown over and over again that compression garment, like you have the best outcomes when you wear your compression garment for a minimum of 4 weeks, okay? A minimum of 4 weeks. And so where I'm at with wearing my compression garment is when I saw my plastic surgeon a week post-op and he gave me the second garment, it was, you will wear this 24 hours a day, except for when you shower until further notice, right? And so I have an appointment next week to go see him for what's technically my 1 month post-op, and I will get further guidance. Like but who knows what he'll say. He may tell me I need to continue wearing it for 24/7 for a little while. He may tell me that I could switch to wearing it 8 hours a day, whatever. But my plastic surgeon said I have to wear it 24/7. I'm wearing this garment 24/7. Why? Because I paid a lot of money for liposuction and for a tummy tuck, and scientific studies show the best outcomes happen when you wear your compression garment for a minimum of 4 weeks. And because my plastic surgeon said so. I watched another YouTube video where a girl said that she knew she was supposed to wear her garment 24/7, but she read somewhere that it made your back muscles weak, and she didn't want weak back muscles, so she stopped wearing her garment. What? But her plastic surgeon told her to wear it 24/7 for 4 weeks, and she didn't because she read somewhere that it would mess up her posture or whatnot. I was floored by that. Who just like randomly makes those decisions? And this goes back to what I said in another video. If you don't trust your plastic surgeon, you should not have let them operate on you. Anything my plastic surgeon tells me to do, I'm going to do what he tells me because I paid him a lot of money. He knows what he's doing. He's highly educated. He is going to give me the best results possible because I am a walking representation of what he's capable of his education. It blows my mind. And then people complain about swelling and bloating. They complain about like unevenness with their liposuction. They complain about how long it takes to stop swelling. But guess what? They didn't wear their compression garment in following along with what their surgeon told them to do. Of course you're not going to have the best possible outcomes. Of course you're going to swell longer than you're supposed to. Of course you're going to have uneven results. You didn't do what you were supposed to do to have the best results possible. Like, I don't understand people who make the decisions, like go rogue and just decide to do whatever they want to do, whatever the internet told them, whatever they read somewhere, what a YouTube blogger said to them of, oh, I don't wear my garment because of this. I wear my garment 24/7. That means I do everything in my garment. I sit and watch TV in my garment. I cook in my garment. I clean in my garment. I do the dishes in my garment. I make coffee in my garment. I sleep in my garment. I water my plumeria in my garment. I fertilize and water my hibiscus in my garment. I got the aphids off of my hibiscus in my garment. I drive in my garment. I went to Target in my garment. I went and got takeout in my garment. I haven't been in any restaurants in forever at this point. I go to endermology in my garment. I go see my doctor in my garment. I had to go to the lab and get a hepatitis B shot for nursing school. I was in my garment. I do everything in my garment. I pet my dogs in my garment. I cuddle my daughter in my garment. I sit on my couch in my garment. I lay on my couch in my garment. I lay in my bed on my garment. I watch TV in my garment. I read books in my garment. I make YouTube videos in just my garment and underwear. I do try to keep it on at least, and bras. So you don't have to wear a garment and sit there, right? Like that's why. Just do all the things. You have to. You can't just not live life. Like you've got to do all the things. And so wear your garment, do everything in your garment, follow your plastic surgeon's instructions, guys. Like this is so serious. Why would you not want the best results and the best outcome possible? Wear your freaking garment if that's what your plastic surgeon told you to do. You've just gotten a total 21.5-minute mom lecture, actually 15, because 6.5 minutes was housekeeping conversation, wasn't it? So wear your garment 24/7. You can do it. If you have questions about your garments, holler at me and let me know. I'm glad to answer whatever questions you have, anything you need to know. Holler. I'm glad to answer questions. Some of you guys have been messaging me on Instagram, which is fatgirlgoneslim79. So I've been chatting with a couple people. I have some ongoing conversations with some viewers on Reddit. Whatever capacity I can help you guys out in, I'm totally down for some conversations and to do that. So I am excited that people are watching my videos. I'm excited that people are getting useful information out of it. And I am excited to be part of a community of people who wants to support each other and go through these journeys. So like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's fatgirlgoneslim79. But until next time, and which I have no idea what my next video is going to be that I talk about, and I don't even know when this one is going to post because of slow ass internet. But in the meantime, I am going to go drink some water because I'm hot from running my mouth and lecturing people about wear your garment, wear your garment. And I'm going to get back to watching the Beastie Boys documentary. So have a great evening. I'll see y'all soon. And if you are recovering from a tummy tuck, wear your garment.